roadworthiness. Now, roadworthiness shows that the vehicle you're having, it's okay to be driving on the road, or worthy to be driving on the road from point A to point B. Do you understand? Yes. Now, what are those things that worthy of that vehicle to be driving on the road? Now, number one, before you get your vehicle, you take it to inspection, which is done by VIO, vehicle inspection officers. Do you understand? Now, those vehicle inspection officer, what they expected of you to have on that vehicle, number one, the brake must be active. Okay. Secondly, the windscreen must not be cracked, front and at the back. Third, we have the trafficator light. They call it indicator light. When you want to navigate to the left or to the right, you use it to communicate with the other vehicle behind you. Okay. Now, we also have the headlamp, which you use at night. Okay. And also the tire and the rear view mirror. The horn equally is there. So all of these things, by the time they check the vehicle and has all these things on them, that is when they can now issue what they call roadworthiness paper for you. Is that okay? That is it. Now the seventh one, which is called insurance paper. Now, insurance, we all need to understand that insurance had to do with a recovering of a property, isn't it? Yes. Now you have other property like a building or other thing that if anything happened to that property, insurance company can recover it back for you. So on a vehicle too, they had to bring it in because they knew that your vehicle is something you use every day. Yes, from one place to another on a business. Okay. So now they expected that this vehicle you are using it might not be like that forever. It might involve in accident, and they will say that accident is an unpleasant event that occur where we do not expect, isn't it? Yes. It can occur at any time. And now, if you got a luxury vehicle, a vehicle that is worth of 20 million and above, yes, you have to do what? Insure it. In case of anything happen to that vehicle, insurance company can easily recover it back for you. Do you understand? Now, they also have it two different types of insurance, okay? Which we have comprehensive and third party. Now, like the one that do with the recovery of the vehicle had to do with what? Comprehensive insurance. While the third party, it's done with a vehicle worth of 5 million and above, but it does not have a recovery. Do you understand? Now, the third party. Now, on that third party, you can register it, but if anything happened to that vehicle or property, you have no hand in it. Do you understand? All they do is for you to know that yes, you have insurance. Yes, you have insurance. Yes, no problem. If they say that comprehensive or third party, insurance is insurance. Is that okay? So that is what insurance paper is representing. Now we have the last one, which is called what? Tinted permit or doctor's report. Now this one is optional. If you want to get your car tinted, then you can go ahead and have the permit. But if you don't want, nobody asks you for permit. Do you understand? And the reason why they call it doctor's report is because they believe people who are using tinted glass, they have what? Eyes problem. Do you understand? So that is why they call it doctor's report. Due to what? The reflection of light at night and the sun during the day, because most people complain of the reflection, incoming light at night. Do you understand? So that is why they call it doctor's report. But it's optional. If you don't want to get your car tinted, police will not ask you, sir, please can we see your tinted permit? When they ask you, Oga, is my car tinted? That is the question. My car is not tinted. Why are you asking me for tinted permits? Do you understand? So these are all the documents that are required of you to have on your vehicle before you can now put it on the road to avoid embarrassment and harassment from our security personnel. Is that okay? Now, all these documents you are seeing, beginning from the learner's permit, all have expiring dates. You see that the learner's permit have a duration of 3 months, while the driver's license will have 5 years and 3 years. Do you understand? And we also have the allocation proof of ownership. This one can be renewed in 1 year interval. Is that okay? So that is what it's involved in the documentation and maintenance. If you have a question, you ask before we proceed. keeping a property to have what? A second-hand value. It's not done only on a car. Yes, you have other property like the phone you are carrying. If you maintain it well, to have more value. When you want to option it or you want to dash it out, isn't it? Yes, it add more value or it bring more value. But when you use it carelessly, when somebody want to achieve it or get it from you, what they acquire it from you, what will he do? The screen is having crackle. The battery is not even lasting. It doesn't even have charger. It doesn't have. Start complaining. That will bring the value down. Is that okay? So that is what it's all about, this maintenance. Now, on this maintenance, on the vehicle, we have three different types of maintenance. Okay, we have three different types of maintenance, which we have one, quick or routine check maintenance. The second one is called what? Normal maintenance, and the third one is called comprehensive maintenance. Now, this maintenance, these three different types of maintenance is done by what? Two sets of people, which is professional driver and professional what? Mechanic. The one that is done by professional driver, it's called quick or routine check maintenance, which while the one that is done by professional mechanic is called what? Normal and comprehensive maintenance. Now let's take them one after another. Now on this quick or routine check maintenance that is done by professional driver, now what a professional driver really do on these types of maintenance? Now this type of maintenance does not require you using any tools. You know what I mean by tools? Spanner, example, screwdriver, plier, and so on. No, it's just for you to check. That is why they call it quick. You do it as fast as you can. You do it every day, routine, every day. Whenever you want to drive the vehicle, you ensure you check for those things first before you now start the vehicle. And what are those things that you needed to check first before you start the vehicle? Like practically yesterday, I show you those things where you need to check. Example, water, isn't it? Yes, we have the engine oil. We also have the brake oil, the power steering oil, and the gear oil. So all these things you need to check on them, confirm if they are all intact before you can now start the vehicle and drive it to wherever you want to go. And now, when you are checking for this thing, now they all have effects when they are not there. Now, if you check and find out that they are not there completely, what do you need to do? You top it, isn't it? Yes. Now, water, if you check and discover that there's no water, what will happen on the vehicle? It will generate what? Overheat on the vehicle, isn't it? That is why we have temperature gauge on the vehicle. I think I showed you the temperature gauge yesterday. Now, which we have the C and H. H is representing full, while the C is representing cool. Now, by the time this hand move from this C to H, that means the temperature is getting what? Higher. Do you understand? So, and with so doing, it will result towards overheat. Now, and I showed you yesterday another thing that causes overheating, even when there is water on the vehicle, when the fan that is blowing the water on that radiator before it now circulates to the engine, if it's not working, it will also generate what? Overheating. Do you understand? So you ensure that after checking for them, you turn on the ignition of the vehicle and you come back and check if the fan is working. Do you understand that? So that is what it's done on the water. We also have engine oil as the second one. Now, engine oil, if it's not there, that is when the engine will totally damage. It results toward knocking down of the engine. When you hear people saying, my engine has knocked down, my engine has knocked down, it's as a result of this, because no oil, you can't drive it from here to VGC or Eleganza. The engine will knock down. Even if it's a new vehicle, it will still happen. How to gauge this engine oil? Now, there's a cover by the side, which I showed you yesterday, and also have a pipe beside it. On this pipe, we have a sign that is indicated on that pipe, which is F and L. L is representing low, while the F is representing full. Okay, it's representing full. Now, for you to gauge it, you have to clean it, remove it, clean it thoroughly, then stop the pipe back to gauge the level. Now, if it is close to L, that means it's low. If it's still on F, that means it's still full. There's no need for you to top it. But if it's still on low, if you find it on the low, you need to do what? Top it to avoid what? Engine knock, or knocking down of the engine. Now we have the brake oil. Now brake oil also is very important. Yes, without the brake oil, you can see that most time you discover we have a brake failure when the brake pad has totally consumed. Do you understand? If that oil is not there to supply to the brake pad to grip the tire or the vehicle to stop at the particular point where you want it, that will result to what? Brake failure. And when it results to brake failure, accidents coming. Do you understand that? So that is what it's involved in the brake oil. Now I also have what? The power steering oil. Now power steering oil make the steering of the vehicle to be flexible. Can you see? Flexible. If there's no brake power steering oil, the steering will be very stiff, and when it becomes stiff, it affects the steering pump. That means it will damage it. The power steering will be damaged. Do you understand? So we have to check for all these things for our vehicle to be okay. Now we have the last one, which is called the gear oil. I told you, without the gear oil, you discover that the vehicle will not move. If you accelerate, the only thing, the light will start blinking on the dashboard. Yesterday I showed you when you apply apply it on drive, the particular light that show on D, isn't it? And now when it show on that D, what will happen? If the light is blinking, that means that oil is not there. You need to top it before you can now move the vehicle. Do you understand? Then the last one, which I showed us yesterday, was the battery. Now this is the battery terminal. Okay, now we have the plus here and we have the minus. Plus stands for positive while minus is negative. And now as a professional driver, how do you identify a wire that led from the vehicle to the battery terminal? Positive and negative. Now from the vehicle we have two wires that lead to the positive terminal of the battery, isn't it? While negative have minus that led to the negative terminal of the battery, isn't it? So that is what is involved for you to check. Then before you now check the truth on the vehicle, before you now move it out of your compound. Is that okay? Now on this same quick or routine check maintenance, now there are tools that are required of you to have on your vehicle. Okay, there are tools that are required of you to have on your vehicle. We have the caution sign, we have the spare tire, we have the wheel spanner, we also have the jack and fire extinguisher. And now all these tools are for the detriment of the driver. Okay, yes, because if you have any emergency on the vehicle, when the vehicle is on motion, you can use this to assist yourself instead of waving other driver to stop and borrow you the tools. Now what are the function of these tools? Do you know caution sign as number one? Caution sign is in a triangular form, reflective. You use it when the vehicle breaks down. It creates an alertness to other vehicles that are coming. Okay, that yes, the vehicle that is there is not in good condition. Then it starts diverting away from it. Do you understand? You place it 10 meters away from behind it and 10 meters away at the front. Do you understand? Now we have a spare tire. Now what do you use spare tire for? You use it to replace the one that has gotten punctured already. For instance, now you are driving now and the tire suddenly got punctured. What do you need? When you have a spare tire. Now these are the tools you use in changing that tire. We have the spanner, isn't it? You use it to screw the bolt. While the jack, you use it to lift the vehicle up. Then you fix the other one. Do you understand? Yes. And also have the fire extinguisher. What do you use fire extinguisher for? You use it to evacuate fire, isn't it? Now as a result of overheating on your vehicle and a result of fire on the vehicle, what do? You can easily bring out your fire extinguisher to evacuate it. That's all. So that is the function of this fire extinguisher and the tools that are required of you. So if you don't have them, when you come across road safety, road safety will not tamper justice with mercy at all. You must get the tools and you'll be booked. Do you understand? So those things must be there. Equally, you are going to drive someone's vehicle, you ensure you check first. Sir, please, did you have the tools on your vehicle? Let me check them. If they are there, fine. If they are not, they don't just carry the vehicle. When you go there, when they hold you, call the owner. You should have asked me first now. Are you sure you are a driver? You should have asked me before you move the vehicle. Do you understand? First of all, ask for all these things. The tools. Also, you ask for the document of that car so that you will not have any challenges of harassing you while in the road. Do you understand? So those are the things that you need to have to check on this quick or routine check maintenance. Now the second one, which